Hey, you guys, we are joined today with, I guess not with, we are with her, but we're joined by Kelly Chase. Kelly Chase is an entrepreneur, social influencer, podcast host, speaker, and reality TV star, best known for her role as a castmate on the Breakaway hit Netflix show, Love is Blind. Guys, I swear I can read. I promise. Audiences across the globe fell in love with Kelly for her genuine personality, unwavering confidence, and her commitment to staying true to who she is. Kelly is also the founder of the coaching program Goddess Magic, which combines business strategy and mindset coaching to help women act like the person they desire to be, improve their confidence, and master their self worth. So now, for years, she has been going through the motions at some point and numbing herself and figuring out that she was constantly hustling to make more money, that she could live a better life, yet things really never got better. So she was constantly in burnout, losing herself in dating and relationships, and just losing herself altogether. She never stopped, she never slowed down and never took time for her until she changed that one day. And so let's just jump right in, Kelly. How did you change it?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it. Yeah, I felt like I was on a hamster wheel just going in circles every single day, and I realized after 5 years of doing the same thing, it's like I was extremely productive Monday through Thursday, Monday through half day Friday kind of thing, and then on the weekends I was going out with my friends and binge drinking, and Friday, Saturday nights sometimes led into, like, Thursday nights and Sunday fun days, and it was just consistently the same routine for 5 years. What kind of, like, made me spiral, if you will, is I went through a really difficult breakup, back in 2013, and I just didn't handle that well, navigate things, in a better way than I could have. And, we only know what we know. And I just, although I was very like driven because I had launched my like coaching business back then and I was working full time, I was doing a lot of career productive things, but I was just very disconnected. I mean, I feel like I was using almost like work and all of my miscellaneous side hustles to just continue to stay disconnected from myself. Although I didn't know that's what I was doing at the time. It was like a after thing. I started like a personal development journey in 2017, 18. And that's when I was like, oh, wow, like I've been like numbing, I've been avoiding, I've been distracting, I've been super disconnected. And it was probably like the beginning of 2017 someone asked me once, like, what do you like to do for fun? And I said, like, my knee jerk reaction was like, go out drinking with my friends. And I felt really embarrassed by my response. And I think that whole like next week, I was just like, I don't even know what I like to do for fun. Like, that's just what I've been doing. And it's fun. I don't love the hangovers the next day, but I know. So that was kind of like the start of it. And then I was introduced to more like personal development books, and I'm not a reader. I wasn't a reader, but I started reading personal development books, and like things were waking up inside of me. And I still feel like those are like my favorite books to read. I just love how it transforms my mind. It really like clears things up for me. Um, yeah, I just started changing everything about my life in 2017. I quit my first corporate, or I guess my second corporate job, but I was there for like 8 years. So just decided to like blow up my life for a little while and totally do things different. I remember my parents even saying like, because I would stay home like on a Friday and Saturday night. And this was for months. Like every week I was in my house listening to a podcast or working on my coaching business or just doing something other than binge drinking with my friends. And they were like, "Are you okay? Like, are you depressed?" I was like, "No, I'm fine. I just don't want to do that anymore. It's not getting me closer to anything that I'm wanting in my life. I want a husband. There is no relationship. I mean, I've been single for 5 years, and granted, I have now still been single for about 12 years. It's been crazy, minus the little 7-week relationship from Love is Blind. And here and there, yes, I've dated, but nothing has been really committed. And that's okay. Again, as you were just saying and reading my bio, it's like I continue to carry on and push forward. And the more that I have learned to love myself and step into things that light me up, it's like, how can I not love my life when I'm doing things that I really enjoy doing? So it's like the man will come when he comes. but there's no pressure. I'm just turned 40 2 months ago, and I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm just, like, tossing it up to God and, like, let him do his thing.
I
So
love
it's
that.
been
I knew when you said something that I was probably teeing up Jordan for that. Look at the life that I live.
yeah,
How great, like stepping back into gratitude of like, hold on, like I'm sitting here and like I get to live this life. So like kudos to you for stopping and being like, hold on, this is actually really amazing what I'm getting to do.
yeah, yeah, it really is. I mean, I've just been so happy, so full of gratitude. I mean, there are days when I'm like, "Okay, Kelly, you're doing all these things," and I've had to ask myself, like, although I'm doing a lot of things that light me up, are these things lighting me up? Are they also distracting me from certain things too? Like, I do a lot of healing work and all of that, and there are times when I'm like, "Wait, I'm doing too much. I'm doing all the things, but maybe I'm actually using this now as defense mechanisms and distractors on like maybe a deeper level of healing or something." It's really I have conversations with myself a lot.
But same.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of those same conversations, especially it's really hard. You talk about the hamster wheel, like that's something we've personally been dealing with. We're like, we are running all gas, no brakes for probably almost the last 2 full years, and every day we're like, "We're so close, we're so close." Like, our next big break is coming, and there have been a lot of big breaks, but it just never feels like you get the full swing of the Ferris wheel.
Mhm.
Or the roller coaster, it's like you climb, 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 and you're thinking like you're gonna go downhill any minute, and it's all just gonna be easy and make sense,
Right.
and it never comes, and it is exhausting, and I can understand, like, how
True.
you get into a numbing space around that, and then how that becomes a habit. I think there was a
Yeah.
I'm not even, like, a big home drinker, but there was a week, like, 2 weeks ago where I drank, like, all 5 nights, and then I was like, "Okay, I need to go to the gym."
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Before you went on to your Love is Blind journey, were you in a really good like healed space before entering that?
Well, we've started filming in October of 2018, and I had like like I said, blew up my life in August of 2017. So for a year, I was very focused on myself, the spirit, like personal development. I mean, just catapulting myself in getting curious with who I was, what I was about, learning about myself, all of that. So, yes, I did feel like I was in a much better place than I had been, but it was after the show, like after we filmed the show is when I hired my first like business and mindset coach, and that's when like this like deeper level of healing work and like inner child and shadow work and subconscious reprogramming all started to happen. Because I had never worked with a mindset coach before, like limiting beliefs. I mean, yeah, I probably read about it in some of the personal development books, but until there's someone like really pointing out your limiting beliefs, totally different. It's like, yeah, I had some awareness around things and I was being awakened to like who I was, remembering more of like, again, what I like to do for fun and things like that. But until I had that, 4 month coaching container with this woman named Erin, I felt like that was like more of it. So, and then the show aired 15 months later, and I felt like every wound that I had came back up. Yeah, like every like, my coach and I had worked on people pleasing, like so many different things. And it's like, oh, then the show airs, 30 million people watched season 1 Love is Blind at the time. And I got, went from like less than 10,000 followers to nearly half a million followers and, what probably felt like overnight, although it was probably a couple of months. And so much energy on my Instagram, so much like just intensity. As people like they just nitpick you about every little thing, like a hair is out of place or you said this yesterday. And I'm like, I don't even know what I fucking said yesterday. They're so like intense about things. And I felt like I wanted to like please everyone. Like you don't, especially because I got a particular edit with the show and it made me not the villain, but it made me have a negative look, I guess, and me trying to like I wanted to like tell my story, tell my truth. Like that's not what actually happened. Like this is who I really am because I didn't like there's literally people out there in the world that think that like broke a man's heart on the altar. And I'm like, that's not what happened. I am not that person. happened? So I was really like upset and frustrated about that, and that but like I couldn't. But there are literally people still to this day that think that. And it's like I can't go knock on people's doors and be like, "That's actually not what happened." But all my people pleasing just like came out, and I was like, "What do these people want from me? What type of content do they want?" Like I felt very much like I was not totally self-abandoning because again, I had
On Do Not Disturb, who is trying to break through, guys? I'm so sorry. It never happened, and it won't stop. Hey, guys. We're back.
Mm. But yeah, I was just like, I wasn't totally self-abandoning because I had done a lot of work on myself, but I could probably go back now and like scroll if you were to like pull up my Instagram content from 2020 to 2022. There were probably posts that I would be like, "Ugh, that wasn't really me." Like that was probably me copying someone.
But I
Because
feel like I
yeah.
feel like I I still go through that. Do you ever get the memories on Facebook and you're like, "Oh, who was that person?" and you delete it?
I love those.
Kelly, did you have any anxiety leading up to the show airing?
Yes, a little bit. I don't remember that much of that time. I mean, they told us maybe a couple months before that, like, we didn't hear, like, after filming, I swear we did not hear from them for like a year. And then all of a sudden, like, they send an email and was like, hey guys, show was picked up. Get ready. Start deleting. If you're in a relationship, delete the photos, like, take everything down, like, hardcore.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I think it was like a few weeks before I turned off all of my notifications to all my social media just because I was like, I know that that's going to just be a lot, or it might be. I have no idea what the show's going to do. Maybe only 4 people will watch it. I have no idea, but it is going on Netflix. So I feel like that's a thing. I didn't even have a Netflix account. Like,
Oh, that's funny.
my parents and I still share a Netflix account. But it was just like, I knew that like, having a lot of notifications was just gonna, like, disturb my peace a lot. So I still do not have my notifications turned on for social media, and I always get, like, the little, notifications when you pull up the app and it's like, "Dude, you should turn on your notifications." I'm like, "Nope, not
Thank
not
you.
disturb
Stay in
my
your
peace,
lane.
people." Yeah, so I have to go into, like, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any social media app. That's when I see the notifications, which has just been so great. So I don't know. I don't remember if I was, like, super anxious. I think I was, like, excited, but we didn't see the show. We didn't have, like, a preview or screening before the world saw it. So, I think that was my only, like, what did they what's the story that they created for us? Or, like, what scenes did they use? What scenes did they not use? I really also wasn't, like, a big reality TV person to begin with. Like, I think I've watched, like, 2 seasons of The Bachelor or Bachelorette, and, like, that's it. Otherwise, I may have seen some episodes here and there of other shows, but I've never been, like, a hardcore reality TV girly. I like my, like, drama series, and so I didn't really understand maybe how it worked either, so I didn't know that, oh, they could create a total different narrative of you and make you look this way, and so I didn't even, like, think about it, I guess, in that regard, that they could make me look awful, and plus I felt like I was so when we were filming, I felt like I was very grounded and just me, so I was like, "Well, they don't have anything to make me look crazy about." Like, it's not like I started a fight with anyone or, like, there was any drama, like, I wasn't about it, but they used something and turned me.
Well, then what did you take? So, obviously, going from, like, under 10,000 to, like, 500,000 followers, and so now you've garnered this influence at this point. You've garnered this audience. Even we don't even say influence, this audience. What did you do with that audience? I know you said you made, like, some posts, you're like, oh, that was so then, but, like, what did you take that audience like, what did you do with it?
Yeah, I mean, so I was still coaching, like, health coaching. At the time, I was trying to transition my business more into, like, mindset coaching too. So I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like I just came from like a love dating relationship show. I've done a lot of work around dating and relationships like personally. And so I created a course on like self-love dating and relationships, launched that. I had a handful of women go through that program. It was called Rejection to Redemption. It's now kind of like a part of the Goddess Magic program, but I did launch the Goddess Magic program and it was very similar, like a self love program. And I took girls, I think it was 6 weeks long, and I had live calls with them once a week. I believe there's like 12 girls that went through the program with me. And it was just really neat. I was so exhausted though, because I was working a different 9 to 5 at the time when the show aired. I was creating content for brands and I was trying to run my coaching business. I felt like I had 4 different full time jobs and I was very unwell. I was very unhealthy of a human at that time, honestly. But I was like trying to show up and create content and I was like speaking to my camera and like giving tips and advice and being very like probably unapologetic and very raw and vulnerable and sharing stories. And I mean, granted, I feel like, and I launched a podcast in 2021 as well. So it's like I was doing a lot to create impact and help others and serve. And it's interesting, like, I felt like there were times where and this definitely bothered me. Again, it was kind of like my people pleasing in a sense, or like my deep rooted like self worth, where I started like losing engagement or losing followers. And I was like, why? Like, I feel like I'm giving them such great, like, information. But I'm like, I had to come to the terms with like, okay, a lot of people came to me because they saw me on a television show. They could care less what I'm trying to preach.
Right.
They just want more drama from TV stuff. And so, of course, they're going to unfollow me. And I'm like, I had to come to a place of being like, good. I'm glad I lost a lot of followers. I'm glad I don't have just false engagement. I want people
Mhm.
to really engage that are here because they are here for me and not like what they saw on TV. So, but the metrics definitely bothered me for a little while and it prevented me from really showing up sometimes. And I think that that's where like maybe some of the cringy content may have come from. Or again, y'all probably on the outside, y'all probably are like, it was fine. But to me, I knew because I was like, oh, I would see, maybe one of my castmates or some other celebrity or big time influencer create said content. They'd get like hundreds of thousands of views, right? But then I would create something very similar and it would get not like what I was expecting. And so I was like, "Oh, people don't like it. They don't think it's good enough." Like I went into like I said, a lot of my like deep-rooted wounds just like were exposed
Yeah.
from being on the show.
That's that whole comparison thing, they say
Yeah.
comparison is the thief of joy, and that's exactly what it is, and I think social media, as much of it is a blessing and a tool, it can definitely open up some of those wounds that may not have closed quite yet or healed the way that you wanted them to heal, or they're still healing, and it's a little salty sometimes, so I completely understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I stayed with it, like I mean, I have had my podcast for over 4 years now. I've taken a couple breaks, like done seasons kind of thing, but I just keep coming back to it every time because I'm like, okay, like it's my way to express myself. It's long form content. I can really like dive into a topic without, having to just create a 7-second reel and get the point across. Um, and I feel like I'm even in this space right now where I'm, whether it's like being on more podcasts. I said I was going on a podcast tour. So just getting my voice out there, getting in front of different audiences to share my story. And hopefully through storytelling, I can heal other people, create more impact that way. So whether it's a podcast, I want to, I have digital courses so people can like work with me in that regard. But even locally, my intention is to get in front of and collaborate more with people like yourself, like other entrepreneurs do, maybe like host events or workshops or little like retreats or something, or little like girls' dinners. I don't know, but just like create spaces more locally. So that's what I'm like working on now. I wanna be, like, more involved in my own community. I've been such, like, a global thing. I wanna be here. Like, Atlanta needs to know my name.
Period.
Be careful
I'm
what
born
you
and
ask
raised in
for.
Georgia. That's
Be
where my
careful what
home.
you ask for because we're gonna put you on. We're gonna be like, "Okay, we're doing Pilates and girl dinner and
Let's do
an
it.
event and speak on this panel."
Yes, I'm here. Like, everything and anything, I'm there.
My goodness. I love this conversation so much just because I love I mean, I say it all the time when it comes to storytelling. I believe it's how we connect as humanity. So, with that being said, you're taking your influence and you're creating impact, you're creating legacy. What do you hope to be remembered by for this season? And not granted, I don't want that's such a broad question because that's what is it to say that you have your birth date, that long dash, and then you've got the end date. I'm curious for this season that you're in. Like, what do you hope this season is remembered as for you?
I feel like people seeing me, like, I guess, continue to go after what I know I'm meant for to show people what's possible. And, like, it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are or anything like that. It's like, just keep going and enjoy the journey. I had someone ask me recently, like, what is, where do I see myself in 5 years or what's my 5 year plan kind of thing. And I'm like, I honestly, I mean, besides like having a husband, I do want to be in a relationship at some point. That's a firm goal of mine. But I'm like, but I can't say like, oh yeah, I want to be like a top 20 podcast host or I want to be doing this. Like I'm enjoying the journey so much. And I think that that's the 5 year goal is to enjoy so much of what I'm doing and what I'm just do everything that's lights me up in these next 5 years and whatever the outcome is. I mean, who knows? I might be like, "Hey, I've done the most in the last 5 years and I wanna be a stay-at-home mom. I don't wanna do anything else except for be with my child and my family," like, so I don't know what that looks like, but what I wanna be remembered for right now is for people to be like, "She just keeps going for it." Like, hell yeah.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
that.
Be on a billboard, like, let's do all the things. Just wanna show
I
people
love
that
that
you
so
too.
much.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, what is one thing that our listeners, our community, the people around us, the people watching us, what's one thing they can do to elevate you and help move your needle forward right now?
Yeah. A few things. Thank you for asking. Listen, so I have a podcast too. It's called Chase Life with Kelly. Would love for y'all to come on over there, listen to some episodes, download, rate, review the podcast, share with your friends. If you are in a season of like you relate to my story in the sense of like you felt like you were on autopilot and you need change, I invite you to take a look at my programs. I mean, I have the Goddess Magic, it's actually like a course bundle. And then there's Rejection to Redemption, which is a self love dating relationship program. We have Money Magnet, which is money mindset, manifestation, that kind of stuff. And then there's Online Business Accelerator, which is like just your basic steps into creating your own digital course, launching your own coaching business, more or less coaching program. I want to really help women in particular call in their next level love, wealth, and a soul led business. So, however, I can do that, come to our events. If you're Atlanta, if you're local to Atlanta, come to our events. Like, whenever I get those going, like, whatever, follow me on social media on Chase Life with Kelly. That's my Instagram handle. Follow me there so that I will share some things that I'm going to be attending. Would love to see you there as well. Like connect with me, come say hi. Don't ever be afraid. I love all humans. So just yeah, come connect. That's how you can support me.
Come connect. Y'all will have everything, all the details on how you can get in touch with Kelly, of course, in the show notes and all the things, and collaborating with her if you follow us on social media. So, Kelly, thank you for letting us chase life with you today, and we
Thank
will
you.
be collaborating real soon. I just know it.
Yes, thank you.